Me and Brook met in high school. I had went to the Army for a while and she'd went to college, and then I had returned back from the Army, been together for a year since. Brooke rescued a kitten and then shortly after adopted a dog. She's just like one big family, you know, she's got her cat and I got my dog. We're here because she's always accusing me of cheating, but it all started with her, you know, sneaking out and going to frat parties and stuff like that. We'd got in an argument one night and she left, and I told her that I was going to stay at a family member's house. And I had really went to stay at one of my buddies, you know, we were drinking, having a few beers and stuff like that. The next thing I know, a mutual friend of ours was telling her, you know, I'd slept with one of her friends that night, and now she's saying that I've been sleeping with other women behind her back for the whole time we've been together now. Yeah, I admit that I lied about, you know, where I was gonna be staying at that night, but I've never cheated on her at all. And there was another night where she was arguing and nagging at me and stuff, and she had packed her stuff and, you know, looked me dead in my face and told me, you know, she was done, she's never coming back, you know, she never wants to see me again. And it was a couple hours later, I had moved another female into the house, and it wasn't about 2 hours after I'd done that when she brings all of her stuff and tries to come back to the house. I know she thinks I'm not trustworthy, but in reality, she's the one who's not trustworthy. There was a coworker that she had worked with at one of her previous jobs, and she was planning on going on a date with this guy on Valentine's Day behind my back. This one time, I saw her getting into a car with another guy, and she lied to me and said that she was at the mall with family. It turns out that it was one of her ex-boyfriends. There was this one night where me and her was asleep, and I had woke up for her phone going off. And there was weird text messages coming from a girl's name under her phone. The messages were getting sexual and kind of, you know, weird about it. And whenever I checked the number, I had pulled it up and matched it to one of her ex-boyfriend's phone numbers. I truly believe that she's gonna fail the test. If she fails though, I will be taking my dog and going somewhere else.
He is a manipulator. He's making everything that's ever happened in our relationship seem like it's all me, and that he's blowing it out of proportion when really just to make what he did not seem as bad.
So you think that he cheats on you?
I do.
And by him cheating on you, then he kind of like points the finger at you?
Yep.
Have you ever cheated on him?
No. I had a coworker invite me on a date for Valentine's Day. I declined it. I told Jacob about it. He knew everything about it. So the ex-boyfriend thing, I did go to the mall with my ex-boyfriend, but there was another friend in the car with us. So we weren't alone, nothing happened, and I told him the truth.
Now, you received a text message. Tell me about it.
So he told me he was staying with a family member when we got in an argument. And I'd say about 3 weeks later, I received that message from this girl who he was staying the night with. And she told me that they did have sex.
Why would he be spending the night with another girl?
He told me that he wanted to get away from me for a few hours, and then he ended up staying the whole night. And
So she texts you, basically says, hey, I slept with your boyfriend.
yep.
And did you confront him?
I did. He said that it's not true. He's saying that she's lying to get me to break up with him because she wants to be with him.
So I guess I have to ask you, like I ask her, why stay in this? To me, there's no way in hell he didn't have sex with that girl.
I
mean,
love him.
put it this way, if she's hanging pictures on the wall, she already had sex with him at some point, right? Nobody's hanging pictures on the wall with somebody you didn't have sex with.
I guess it's just hard because we've been through a lot together, a lot of low points and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to let him go.
Do you have a
after.
lot of high points when you look back?
Yeah, not recently though.
Well, let's meet your boyfriend, Jake.
You're a liar.
I'm not the
You're not
liar.
as innocent
You're the
as
liar
you're out here
here.
trying to claim to be.
No, Jacob, you're
Yeah.
the liar here.
No.
Yeah.
No. You snuck behind my back and went out of town with an ex-boyfriend, and it took you 3 months to admit that you've done it.
So you believe that Brooks cheated on you?
Yes.
Tell me one incident.
We had gotten in an argument and she had left and hadn't said anything to me. And she went out of town with one of her ex-boyfriends. And there was another friend of hers that was with him, and her friend admitted to me everything that had happened. They went home together that night and all that. And it took her 4 months to
went home
admit that
together.
she actually even went.
Is that story true?
No, we did not go home together at all.
That's what your friend's saying.
Well, my friend's
And you
lying too.
said
When
you
we
wasn't
came
even
back,
with him for
he
4
went
months.
home, I went home, she went home.
Okay. What about the text that she got about this girl saying you guys had some drinks and you had sex?
We'd gotten in an argument one night, and she'd pulled out in her car, because sometimes when we argue, she leaves in her car. And I had left and went to a buddy's house. You know, we was drinking and stuff. And his girlfriend was there with one of her friends. And whenever we was there, we was drinking and all that. And then it was like 2-3 weeks later, her friend's texting, saying all that stuff.
But why would she do that?
Because she's got a crush on me. She don't like Brooke. I don't know.
She wants you bad.
Yeah, I guess.
So you didn't have sex?
No.
So even in
Yeah,
an
I did.
intoxicated state where you're mad at your girlfriend, and I assume the other girl's pretty good looking?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
I don't.
Well, I can put you back there with Dan again.
Yeah, she's not my type. I'll say
Was
that.
she good looking?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Brooke, we gave you a lie detector test whether you're cheating.
Yep.
And we asked you, since September 24th, 2019, I take it that's when you guys started dating?
Yes.
Since September 24th, 2019, have you had sexual physical contact with any other males besides Jake? You answered no. Since September 24th, 2019, have you had sexual intercourse with any other males besides Jake? You answered no. The results came back the same. To each of those questions, it came back that Brooke told the truth. She's never cheated on you.
You put me through hell for nothing. You're calling me a whore and a slut and a skank for nothing. I've done nothing.
And I apologize for saying that you've slept with another man and been with another man.
Did you call her a whore, a
Oh,
slut, and a
yes.
skank?
The
I have called her
the
those
day we
before.
left to come
You
here.
said you love her.
Well, I mean, she can't expect to call me names and me not say nothing back to her.
What names does she call you? I'm just curious.
She'll call me the same thing, you know. She'll call me a
whore,
whore,
a slut, and a skank?
a whore,
And we're
pretty
about to
much,
find out
and
why.
All kinds of stuff.
What do you think the odds are that he passes?
Very unlikely.
So like on a 1% to 100%, what do you think?
Of him failing, I would say 100%.
100%?
Yes.
Wow. You look pretty nervous.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah,
No?
he looks nervous.
Does he look nervous?
Yeah, he looks nervous.
Okay. We asked Jake, since September 24th of 2019, have you had any sexual physical contact with any other females besides Brooke? And he said no. Since September 24th, 2019, have you had any sexual intercourse with any other females besides Brooke? He answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Jake told the truth.
No way.
Way.
I told you.
Did you really tell the truth?
I told you.
So you're both calling each other really bad names,
Wow.
fighting
Sorry.
all the time, storming out, moving other chicks in, and neither one of you did anything.
No, I told her the situation with that girl, you know. it
Okay,
was
but
Who cares?
what about
Who
the
cares?
screenshot? What about the picture? What about the
Okay,
text?
but he might be telling the truth then,
Yeah.
because if he's never had sex or anything, maybe the girl does have interest in him. Maybe she did want to break you up. I mean, that's what teenagers do, right? You're still teenagers, and when you're teenagers, you don't act like mature adults. Not that you should. It'd be nice if you did, but we don't expect that. But I would say this: if you really are happy with each other, you know, you're living as adults, you're living together, you got animals that depend on you, and pets. Why do things that lead to suspicion,
Right,
like
yeah.
going to the mall with your ex-boyfriend and not telling him about, leaving the house and going drinking with other girls? Those things are not going to be good for your relationship.
Yeah.
And you could leave the stage now and say, hey, we got a fresh slate. We both know that we've never cheated. But if you go back to the same habits, then you're going to end up right back in the same place
Yeah.
of accusing each other, distrusting each other, and you'll never be happy.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to each other?
I'm sorry for accusing you. I shouldn't have, but I mean, what would you really expect me to think getting that?
I understand. I'm sorry, too, for accusing you.
No more skanks, whores, and sluts? All right. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.